A Minecraft movie is out in theaters, adventure film based, of course, on Minecraft, one of the most popular video games ever, which interestingly enough, I've actually never once played, despite having spent a significant chunk of my life on other video games. Just never saw the appeal of this one, I guess. Anyway, this was directed by Jared Hess, of all people, mostly known for Napoleon Dynamite, and it stars Jack Black and Jason Momoa. The film opens with this insane exposition dump explaining how Steve, played by Jack Black, first traveled into the cube-like world of Minecraft called the Overworld, how he spent most of his adult life there building stuff. Then he discovered a crystal and a bunch of evil pigs from another dimension led by female Gul'dan. Then he lost the crystal. Look, I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of that and it doesn't quite make sense, so I'm just gonna skip to the point. What matters is, in the end, some kids and Jason Momoa also travel into this strange, crazy world and go on an adventure, not dissimilar to Lord of the Rings if you think about it. They have to travel somewhere and get an object to a place to defeat some evil forces. Anyway, the point is that this was a very, very, very strange theater experience for me. I expected a total shit show of a film that was made just for brand recognition, and while I can't honestly say it was good, I would say it was fairly entertaining, and that for various reasons. So what I appreciated is that right off the bat, right from the get-go, the movie is just 100% bonkers insane. It knows that it's stupid and it goes ham in that direction instead of trying to be genuine or serious or dramatic. It's pure, unfiltered, dumb fun. And actually a surprising amount of jokes did make me laugh. I like the jokes, I like Jack Black, I like Jason Momoa. What I like most is there's this 15-minute stretch in the first act where we're being introduced to all these characters in small town Idaho before they even get to the overworld. And that part of the movie was superb for me. I was laughing my ass off and I was instantly reminded of the oddball humor of Napoleon Dynamite. In fact, as soon as they did get to Overworld, I thought to myself, shit, I kind of wished I could see a whole movie of that thing without the video game world element. And of course, I can do that anytime I want. Again, shout out to Napoleon Dynamite, which is exactly that kind of film. So if you've seen Minecraft and also enjoyed this part of the film, you're gonna love that one. So then they get to the video game stuff, and it's very eclectic. Things happen all the time. There's action and explosions and new factions and creatures and things and places being introduced all the time. And for me, it was this giant whiplash of not really following what is going on and how all these elements fit together and are relevant to the plot. But apparently it worked for the rest of the audience, who at my screening consisted of groups of teenagers and young adults who, interestingly though, were dead silent during the small town section, didn't laugh at any of the jokes, only to then go wild at the Minecraft stuff. I haven't seen anything like this even at midnight premieres of Star Wars or Avengers Endgame. At certain moments in the film, the crowd would applaud or say the lines out loud together with the characters, or at the end when Black and Momoa are singing a song, they clapped to the rhythm. Again, I felt like a total outsider in a madhouse, but clearly for these folks, for fans of the game, the movie landed very well. Although I would say that, and this might just be my sort of skewed observation, but it never felt like these were spontaneous reactions, like these people were laughing or clapping or reacting because this was a great moment for them. It felt kind of rehearsed, as in they knew that this was, I don't know, some sort of internet trend, or they knew that people do these things at these moments in the film because they learned that from social media or from friends, and they just sort of they followed the script. That's what it felt like for most of the time. And again, I'm saying that because there were some genuinely funny jokes in the film which they just didn't react at all. So I don't know, maybe it's just how this young generation behaves. Again, back to the film. What I would say from my end is that aside from this frantic pacing and bizarre humor, there was a significant problem with the film, which has to do with the reality of it. There's something about putting regular humans in regular clothes into this square animated world, which doesn't quite work. My brain kept going, no, this isn't happening. They're just in a room in front of a green screen and they're waving their arms around but not really interacting with any of these zombies and such. These things don't exist. So the movie felt weightless as a result. It didn't have stakes because nothing in it, nothing in the game world felt real to me, or that it had any impact. Like I was never afraid, someone might get hurt, or these explosions might kill anybody from the human characters, because it was like, no, these are two different worlds. So it was a source of constant cognitive dissonance for me, and the reason why I didn't enjoy the movie as much as I perhaps could have otherwise. I'd sum all of this up like this. This is clearly a movie made for fans of Minecraft, and for them, judging by the crowd, it works very well. They all had fun. Great. For outsiders, such as myself, I do think there are things in it to enjoy. So for instance, if you want to take your kid out to see it, it's not going to be a complete waste of time for you. But also, there are better movies out there, and if you're just curious about it on your own, I'm not sure I'd recommend seeing it. I don't think the good stuff is good enough on its own merit without being a fan of the game. And finally, if you already have seen it, and like me had a blast during the small town section, once again, I know I'm repeating myself, but once again, please check out Napoleon Dynamite. It's a much better movie with the exact same type of humor.